Well, I'm back, folks, and y'all know what today is, right? It's Tuesday. And I don't know why, but it seems like Tuesdays, Mondays are pretty bad, but Tuesdays, there's always something that seems to tick me off. And man, I'm going to tell y'all, I started this thing called Ticked Off Tuesday, and I got three pretty good ones, I think, today. So, I want y'all to leave y'all's comments, up to three if you'd like, and tell me what you were ticked off about today. I'm trying to keep this as children friendly as possible, so I'll try to watch my language and watch my comments and such, but some of these things really ticked me off today. So, folks, it's a good way to vent, relieve a little frustrations and anger, and just kind of let off a little steam in the evening. So Tuesdays, we're going to do this Ticked Off Tuesday deal. So my three comments today are, number one, the cable guy. For about the past 5 or 6 days, my cable has been schizophrenic at best, okay? It cuts in, cuts out. I went out, I checked lines, I checked everything. I mean, I'm a guy that fixes stuff. But one thing I don't like are heights. And it looked like my dish may have moved, or it might have moved or something, and I was getting poor reception. It was cutting in and out. So I called, and they set up a guy. They asked me what time. I said, okay, from 4 to 6 today. So I take off work a little early, and I get home probably about 15 minutes before 4, and I'm sitting here on pins and needles waiting for this guy to call. He's supposed to call 30 minutes before they come. So he calls at like 5:40 and says, I'll be there in like 10 minutes. So, you know, I've been waiting for a while, so I was pretty ticked off about the idea that I had to wait all this time, and not to mention, I don't know how much this is going to cost me to have this guy come out and check my disc or whatever. I know it's nothing inside the house. I'm almost certain it's the disc. So the guy shows up, and he goes out, and he spends probably 45 minutes out there, and when he's out there, before he goes out, he turns the TV on to a special satellite receiver channel, and it had this annoying beeping noise showing the percentage. Anyways, to make a long story short, the cable guy really ripped me a new one. I was ticked off by the time he left. But you know what? He did fix my cable, so I now have cable uninterrupted. So thanks, cable guy, even though you ticked me off by coming late, and you know, the annoyingness of the whole situation was just a pain in the you know what. So the cable guy is my first thing. The second thing is a salesman. I'm pretty busy at my job. There's always something broke down. I'm constantly, as soon as I finish something, I've got something else to go do right away. I never have a minute, really. I mean, there are times when it gets slow and I have a minute, but most part, I'm pretty much busy the whole time. And these sales guys come in and they want to sell me something. A forklift, a pallet jack, some tires, whatever. And, you know, I don't have no time for this, guys. And today, I kind of feel a little bit guilty because I really tore this guy up, man. He came in and he was talking about something that I had bought from him, and it was very poor quality. I was not happy with it. And to make a long story short, this salesman, he brought another, I guess, a trainee guy along with him, and I kind of blew up on these guys and told them the truth, man. Their product is not good, okay, to put it nicely. So they pretty much left frustrated, and I felt a little bit bad. I mean, they're just trying to make a living. I understand that. That's salesman's deal, you know. But, hey, you can call and make an appointment, schedule a time or something. Don't just show up and then try to sell me something that I'm not really happy with. So that's my second thing. And then the third thing is, as you may or may not have figured out, I live out in the country. I've got some acreage out here, and between me and my family members, we have probably about 60 or 70 chickens and some roosters, some geese, and some other farm animals. And there's a very large acreage behind my property, probably about 5,000 acres of wilderness. And every once in a while we get a visit from a chicken hawk or a bobcat or a coyote or something, and they'll come through and maybe take a chicken or two. Well, in the past, I'd say 7 to 10 days, we have lost 11 hens and 1 rooster. And my mother has actually tried to take care of the situation. I'm going to put this as nicely as I can because I know there's probably some animal lovers out there. But to put it nicely, chickens and coyotes do not coexist, I'm sorry. And you know what? That makes me ticked off. It really chaps me. When we lose chickens out here, that's eggs. My mom sells those eggs. I eat those eggs. I love eggs. Those chickens, she has a name for every one of them. And believe me, folks, pretty upsetting whenever she sees a coyote running off in the middle of the day with a chicken in its mouth. So I'm going to put this as nicely as I can. I've got a little medicine for this thing. So it's one rogue coyote that keeps coming about 7:30 or 8 in the mornings. This weekend, I plan on giving him a little medicine. I'll just leave it as that. And I'm pretty sure he won't be back. Chickens and coyotes do not coexist. And I'm pretty ticked off about it. So let's hear you guys' comments. Those are the 3 things for me today. The cable guy really ticked me off. The salesman today ticked me off. And chickens and coyotes, I'm tired of coming home every evening and hearing about another chicken gone. And so I know I live in the country and I'm encroaching on their habitat, but I've been here for 25 years. These suckers need to back off. They know I'm here. Anyways, you know what we say down here in Texas? Hey, if you shoot 'em, eat 'em. Later, tater.